Good morning. Hopefully you've had time to complete EL5 Division Study Guide. I'm going to go through the first page with you. The first one says divide 349 divided by 7. So you could get a clean sheet of paper if you didn't have enough room here. I'm going to use the Fantastic 7, and over here to the right I'll do 7 times 1 and 7 times 10. I can do 7 times 100, which is going to be too big. So let's look at 7 times 10 is 70. I can subtract 70, but I'm going to look at those first two digits and try to get closer. 7 times 5 is 35, so that's too big, but 7 times 4 is 28. That means 7 times 40 is 280. So I can subtract 7 40 times, which is the same as subtracting 280. That leaves me with 69. I cannot subtract 70. I can subtract 7, but I know that 7 times 9 is 63. So I'll now subtract 63, which leaves me with 6, giving me a quotient of 49 with a remainder of 6. Now to multiply back to check, I'll do 49 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Add my 0. 7 times 9 is 63. That's 343. And when I add my remainder, I get 349. That's the same as my dividend, so my answer is correct. Now I'm going to do 872 divided by 6. I'll put these facts out to the side. Okay, I can subtract 600. That leaves me with 272. I can't subtract 600 again, but I can subtract 60. I'm going to try to get closer. 6 can go into 27 4 times, and 6 times 40 is 240. When I subtract that, I'm left with 32. I cannot subtract 60. I can subtract 6, but I'm going to get closer. I know that 6 times 5 is 30. So I'll subtract 30. I'm left with 2. So my quotient is 145, and I have a remainder of 2. Now I'll multiply back to check. 6 times 100 is 600. 6 times 40 is 240, and 6 times 5 is 30. So 600 plus 240 plus 30 is 870. When I add my remainder, I get 872. Okay, I have one more. $7,369 divided by 7. You really probably should get a clean sheet of paper. I can subtract 7,000. That leaves me with 369. I cannot subtract 7,000 again, and I cannot subtract 700. So now I'm looking in the tens. I can subtract 70, but I'm going to try to get closer. 7 times 5 is 35. So 7 times 50 is 350. So I'm going to subtract 7 10 more times. I'm sorry. 50. I didn't do it right. I'm going to subtract 7 50 more times, which is the same as subtracting 350. That leaves me with 19. I know that 7 times 2 is 14, which leaves me with 5. So when I add together my partial quotients, I get 1,052, remainder 5. Let's multiply that back to check. Seven times 1,000 is 7,000. 7 times 50 is 350. And 7 times 2 is 14. When I add those together, I get 7,364. I can add in my remainder to get 7,369. Finally, I have one more question. Mrs. Amspaugh will spend $3,656 on her car payment over the next 8 months. How much will she spend each month if her car payment is always the same? Show all your work and multiply back to check. So I need to do 3,656 divided by 8. How much will she spend each month when that word each is in the actual question we divide? I know that I cannot subtract 8,000, so I'm going to look at my 800. I can subtract that, but I'm going to try to get closer. 8 times 4 is 32. So 8 times 400 is 3,200. That leaves me with 456. I can subtract 80, but let's get closer. 8 times 50 is 400. I can subtract 8, but I can get closer. 8 times 7 is 56. That leaves me with 457. How much will she spend? Mrs. Amspaugh will spend $457 each month.